on one level, each one of us is the same. Fundamentally, we all share this Buddha nature. We're not separate. All of us are this one thing. And yet, each one of us manifests in our own way. That's what it means to be alive. And in a sense, I think our practice is about becoming fully ourselves, breaking through the conditioning, all the different ways we end up learning to hide ourselves. And with the aid of our practice, we can fully become who we are. And when we do that, we have the gift that we have to offer the world. The beginning of Lee's talk, it was a little bit like watching some drama in a movie or something where it's so sweet and there's all this nice, and then the dog gets hit by a car. It's like within our joy, within the pleasure and the wonder of our life is also the grief and the sorrow. And usually when we bring an animal into our lives, we're most likely to outlive the animal that we bring into our lives. So when we open our heart to this great love and great wonder, we also open our hearts to the great sadness and the great loss. They just go hand in hand. That's our existence. And we try not to, maybe we try to avoid the reality of that. And, perhaps our lives are long enough that enough time goes by, we don't really remember the deep sorrow that accompanies us. But there's a line in the morning bell chant which says, "Great love, great sadness, our great teacher." Each moment is teaching us. We prefer the joy. We're not so crazy about the sadness, but in many ways we don't get to choose. When we open ourselves to life, we open ourselves to the moment, then using Nabokov's words, we open ourselves to the great catastrophe. All of it. You try to cut the parts away that you don't like, you're actually cutting away much of everything. Sometimes I've said to people that we're not really very good surgeons when it comes to cutting. So we think we're cutting away our pain, but we run the risk of cutting our life force away with it. And so be careful. Sometimes we use our practice thinking, well, if we just trim and cut, then we'll be happier. So practice can sometimes become like a repression, or we have this idea that, well, if I just do my full practice, then I'll get rid of that. But then we're always trying to curate and make ourselves into an object rather than using our practice to open and allow the full flow of our existence to emerge. If we can open, then our wisdom and compassion can grow and can be offered to others.